What's going on, Wrestling News CC family? Welcome back to the channel where we break down the biggest stories shaking the WWE universe. And let me tell you, there's a buzz in WWE universe like never before after the shocking developments that unfolded in the aftermath of Money in the Bank. Before we dive into this earth-shattering story, make sure you smash that subscribe button and ring the notification bell because what happened this week is going to have ripple effects for months to come. Fans witnessed betrayal, power shifts, and emotional explosions, but nothing hit harder than what went down between Fatu and Solo Sikoa. Just when we thought we had the Bloodlines saga figured out, WWE threw another unpredictable twist our way. And it all centers around the silent but menacing powerhouse Fatu, who is now on the lips of every WWE fan across the world. It was a moment no one saw coming. Solo Sikoa, the man who had taken control of the fractured bloodline during Roman Reigns' mysterious absence, was blindsided and dismantled by none other than Fatu. The same Fatu who, until recently, hadn't even stepped foot into the WWE spotlight. But now, after his arrival, he has already shaken the very foundation of the NJPW legacy. Not only did he attack Solo with the kind of fury you only see in blood feuds, but he also took the mic backstage afterward and delivered a promo that might just change the course of WWE history. For months, fans had wondered if Fatu would be the X-factor in this bloodline war. Some thought he might align with Solo Sikoa to keep the family empire strong in Roman's absence. Others believed he'd walk his own path, rejecting the entire concept of the bloodline. But few predicted what actually happened. Jacob didn't just attack Solo Sikoa, he made a statement that shook everyone to their core. The attack itself was brutal and calculated. Solo was backstage, talking to WWE officials about his upcoming championship opportunities, when Fatu appeared out of nowhere. There was no music, no entrance, no fanfare. Just raw, unfiltered violence that left Solo laid out on the concrete floor. What made this attack even more shocking was the personal nature of it. Jacob didn't just hit Solo with a few moves and walk away. He systematically dismantled him, targeting specific body parts like he was sending a very clear message about dominance and hierarchy within the family structure. The WWE cameras captured every brutal moment, and you could see the shock on the faces of everyone backstage. This wasn't just another wrestling beatdown. This was family business being settled in the most violent way possible. In his first official backstage promo, Fatu didn't just speak. He made it crystal clear that he has acknowledged Roman Reigns. Let that sink in. Fatu, who just debuted, who had the opportunity to pick any side or build his own legacy from scratch, chose to bow his head and recognize Roman Reigns as the one true tribal chief. That's not just a casual reference. That's not lip service. That's not about politics or survival. That's about loyalty. That's about family. That's about sending a message to the locker room and the fans alike. Roman Reigns is still the alpha, whether he's present or not. In that promo, Jacob didn't smile. He didn't joke. He didn't even raise his voice. But every word carried weight. He referred to Roman Reigns as the one who built the bloodline. As the man who turned the family name into a dynasty. He acknowledged that things had gotten out of control in Roman's absence, and that Solo Sikoa had stepped over the line. Roman Reigns is the tribal chief, Jacob said, looking directly into the camera. Not was. Is. And anybody who thinks they can take his place while he's away is going to have to answer to me. The intensity in his voice was chilling. This wasn't someone reading from a script or following company orders. This was a man making a personal declaration that came from deep within his soul. What makes Fatu's declaration even more significant is understanding the complex family dynamics at play here. The NJPW family tree is vast and complicated, with multiple generations of wrestling legends and current superstars all interconnected through blood and marriage. Fatu isn't just some random wrestler who decided to acknowledge Roman Reigns for career purposes. He's family. Real family. And in Samoan culture, family hierarchy and respect for elders and leaders is absolutely sacred. When Jacob acknowledges Roman as the tribal chief, he's not just making a wrestling storyline decision, he's honoring centuries-old cultural traditions. Solo Sikoa, in trying to establish himself as the new leader during Roman's absence, wasn't just challenging a wrestling character. He was challenging the fundamental structure of their family unit. And Jacob Fatu's response makes it clear that such challenges will not be tolerated. The promo continued with Jacob explaining that he had been watching from the outside, seeing how Solo had been making decisions without consulting the family, how he had been putting his own ambitions ahead of the Bloodlines' legacy, and how he had forgotten the respect and honor that the Anoa'i name demands. Solo forgot where he came from, Jacob said. He forgot who paved the way for all of us. He forgot that this isn't about him. It's about family. It's about legacy. It's about acknowledging the head of the table. Jacob Fatu's acknowledgement of Roman Reigns as the true tribal chief has massive implications for the entire WWE landscape. First and foremost, it essentially invalidates everything Solo Sikoa has been trying to build during Roman's absence. All those weeks of Solo trying to establish himself as the new leader, all those matches and promos about being the rightful heir to the Bloodline legacy, all of that has been shattered with one decisive attack and one powerful promo. But beyond the immediate Bloodline storyline, Jacob's declaration sends shockwaves throughout the entire WWE roster. If Jacob Fatu, one of the most feared and respected wrestlers in the world, acknowledges Roman Reigns as the ultimate authority figure, what does that mean for everyone else's championship aspirations? Think about the current champions and contenders. They all now have to consider the possibility that Roman Reigns could return at any moment with the full backing of Jacob Fatu, the most dangerous enforcer in professional wrestling. That's a game-changing dynamic that affects every storyline, every championship, and every wrestler's career trajectory. WWE's creative team has essentially created a situation where Roman Reigns' influence extends beyond his physical presence. Even while absent from regular programming, he remains the most important figure in WWE through Jacob Fatu's unwavering loyalty and acknowledgement. The wrestling world's reaction to Jacob Fatu's promo has been absolutely explosive. Social media platforms have been flooded with clips, analysis, and fan reactions. Wrestling journalists and analysts are calling it one of the most impactful debut promos in recent WWE history. What's particularly interesting is how this promo has divided the WWE universe. Roman Reigns has always been a polarizing figure, with fans either loving him or hating him. But Jacob Fatu's acknowledgement has forced even Roman's critics to recognize his importance and influence within the wrestling world. Former WWE superstars have been weighing in on social media, with many praising Jacob's respect for family hierarchy and cultural traditions. Others have questioned whether this creates an unfair advantage for Roman Reigns when he eventually returns to active competition. Wrestling podcasters and YouTube channels have been analyzing every word of Jacob's promo, breaking down the cultural significance, the family dynamics, and the potential storyline implications. The consensus seems to be that WWE has struck gold with this angle, creating authentic emotion and genuine investment from the audience. Even competitors from other wrestling promotions have acknowledged the power and authenticity of Jacob Fatu's declaration, recognizing it as the kind of storytelling that elevates professional wrestling beyond simple entertainment. Looking ahead, Jacob Fatu's acknowledgement of Roman Reigns creates fascinating possibilities for the Bloodline storyline. The most obvious question is when and how Roman will respond to Jacob's declaration of loyalty. Will he return immediately to capitalize on this support, or will he continue to work behind the scenes while Jacob serves as his representative? Solo Sikoa now finds himself in an impossible position. He's been publicly rejected by one of his own family members, physically dominated, and essentially told that his leadership was illegitimate from the start. How does he respond to that level of humiliation and disrespect? There's also the question of other Bloodline members and extended family. The Usos, who have been absent from recent programming, will eventually have to choose sides in this family civil war. Jacob's acknowledgement of Roman might force their hand sooner than expected. The storyline possibilities are virtually endless. We could see Fatu serving as Roman's enforcer while Roman remains off television. We might witness a complete restructuring of the bloodline with Jacob in a lieutenant role. Or perhaps this sets up an eventual face-to-face meeting between Roman and Jacob that defines the future of the entire faction. What makes Fatu's acknowledgement particularly powerful is its deep cultural significance. In Samoan culture, the concept of a chief or leader is sacred and not something that can be simply claimed or assumed. It must be earned through respect, wisdom, and the acknowledgement of others within the community. Roman Reigns didn't just call himself the tribal chief as a marketing gimmick. He earned that recognition through years of leadership, championship success, and carrying the family legacy forward. Fatu's acknowledgement validates that earned status in a way that transcends wrestling storylines. This cultural authenticity is what separates the Bloodline storyline from typical wrestling faction drama. These aren't just characters playing roles, these are real family members navigating genuine cultural traditions and expectations within the context of professional wrestling entertainment. Jacob's promo demonstrated a deep understanding and respect for these traditions while also making compelling television. It's the kind of storytelling that honors cultural heritage while creating must-see entertainment for wrestling fans around the world. As we wrap up this breakdown of Fatu's earth-shattering acknowledgement of Roman Reigns, I have to say that WWE has created something truly special here. This isn't just good wrestling television, this is authentic storytelling that resonates on multiple levels. Fatu's declaration has fundamentally changed the WWE landscape and set up storylines that could dominate programming for years to come. The combination of family drama, cultural significance, and top-tier wrestling talent creates the perfect recipe for compelling entertainment. My prediction is that we're going to see Roman Reigns return with Fatu by his side, creating the most dominant alliance in WWE history. Solo Sikoa's attempt to lead the bloodline is finished, and he'll have to find a new path forward that doesn't involve trying to replace Roman Reigns. The wrestling world is buzzing with excitement about what comes next, and rightfully so. Fatu's acknowledgement of Roman Reigns has created appointment television that no wrestling fan can afford to miss. What did you think of Fatu's powerful promo? Do you believe his acknowledgement of Roman Reigns was the right move? How do you see this affecting the future of the Bloodline storyline? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I read every single one and love hearing your predictions and analysis. Don't forget to smash that like button if you enjoyed this breakdown, subscribe to Wrestling News CC for more exclusive wrestling content, and ring that notification bell because with storylines this explosive, you don't want to miss a single development. Until next time, this has been Wrestling News CC, and remember, in the WWE universe, acknowledgement isn't just about respect, it's about power, legacy, and the unbreakable bonds of family. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. If you thought tonight's story was wild, trust me, what happens next will blow your mind. So don't stop now. Click on the video right here on your screen to continue the chaos, the drama, and the inside scoop only we deliver. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, give this video a like, and join the Wrestling News CC family, where the real stories of WWE come to life. See you in the next one.